महाभारतम् धर्म अधर्म संघर्षणम्.
The battle stretched into that night. Enraged by the withering losses suffered by his army, Drona attacked the Pandava army with a big force. On that gory night, Drona himself butchered 1,000 elephants, 10,000 rathikas, and lakhs of foot soldiers. Harassed by the unrelenting downpour of arrows, the Pandava forces scattered. Ghatotkacha, the son of Bhima and Hidimbe, arrested the Kaurava force at that hour. Seated in a black chariot made of metal, Ghatotkacha was unnerving to look at. Huge as a mountain, he was endowed with long pointed teeth and red eyes and terrified the beholder. This hideous Rakshasa brought an army of Rakshasas and attacked the Kaurava army. Ashwathama, the son of Dronacharya, resisted him and fought a grim battle. As their arrows clashed, fire was generated and it lit up the entire sky. Ghatotkacha began a battle of illusions. He created a mountain and began to rain arrows from the top of the mountain. Ashwathama destroyed the mountain with his Vajrayudha. Ghatotkacha created clouds and sent down rains. Ashwathama destroyed the cloud with the Vayavyastra. Ghatotkacha used arrows that shed poison on the ground below and also weapons like Shatagni, the Pariga, the sword and the mace. Ashwathama and Ghatotkacha were so evenly matched that neither could triumph, and finally they grew weary and turned their attention elsewhere. Elsewhere on the battlefield, Bhima killed the prince of Kalinga, 2 kings, Dhruva and Jayaratha, 32 sons of Dhritarashtra. Satyaki killed Somadatta and Burishravas. Drona and Ashwathama killed Brihat Kshatra, Drishtaketu, Sahadeva, the son of Jarasandha, Kshatradharma, the son of Drishtadhyumna, Anajana Parva, the son of Ghatotkacha, and a king called Shibi. The 5 sons of Draupadi killed Shala, a king. When Ghatotkacha killed a Rakshasa, Alambusha by name, and Alayudha, the younger brother of Baka, Karna confronted him and shot powerful arrows. Ghatotkacha rendered them ineffective and, creating a variety of weapons by his magical powers, employed them against the Kaurava army. These weapons took a heavy toll, and thousands of elephants and horses and lakhs of foot soldiers perished. Huge boulders fell from the sky and crushed the Kaurava army. Unable to bear this onslaught, the Kaurava warriors raised a loud lamentation and ran helter-skelter. Ghatotkacha roared in triumph and shone on the battlefield. Then the leaders of the Kuru army came to Karna and said, "Karna, employ now the Shaktyayudha which Lord Indra gave you and destroy this Ghatotkacha, or else not a single soldier of the Kaurava army will be left alive." Karna had been holding the Shaktyayudha in reserve to kill Arjuna, but now Duryodhana and others were pleading with him to use it to kill Ghatotkacha. For a moment, Karna wavered. Then, acceding to the prayer of the Kauravas, he sent forth blazing the Shaktyayudha, targeting Ghatotkacha. The weapon struck Ghatotkacha like lightning and split his chest. The mountain, like Ghatotkacha, let out a terrible scream and fell down. In this manner, another great hero in the Pandava ranks died. Only the previous day, the Pandavas had lost Abhimanyu. The death of Ghatotkacha was like turning the knife in a wound. No words could describe their grief. Yudhishthira set out for the battlefield, declaring, "I shall kill Karna, who was responsible for the death of Abhimanyu and Ghatotkacha." Arjuna stopped him, saying, "Brother, I have decided to kill Karna, so restrain yourself." Duryodhana too was not at peace in his camp. True, both Abhimanyu and Ghatotkacha were dead, but they had wrought havoc with the Kaurava army. Besides, Duryodhana was troubled by the suspicion that the heart of Drona, his commander, was not in the war. He went to Dronacharya and said, "Guruji, you are partial to the Pandavas. That is why you have not been displaying your valor wholly. Or else, how could the Kaurava army which you lead suffer such crippling losses? Drona said, Duryodhana, you know not the prowess of the Pandavas and particularly of Arjuna. That is why you blame me in this manner. Did not Arjuna butcher our huge army before your very eyes, even when we put heart and soul into the fight? But Duryodhana was not convinced. He decided that he would himself face Arjuna on the battlefield the next day and return to his tent. The battle began on the 15th day. Seated in a marvelous chariot, Duryodhana attacked the Pandava army, but before he could approach Arjuna, Nakula encountered him and with his stinging arrows forced him to leave the battlefield. Sahadeva encountered Dushasana, Bhima encountered Karna, and Arjuna faced Drona. Drona and Arjuna, master and disciple, harassed each other with powerful arrows and fought a grim duel. The swiftness with which they drew the arrows and the superb mastery with which they shot them astounded the beholders. Drona sent forth astras like the Aindra, the Prajapatya, the Twashtra, the Vayavya and the Varuna, and Arjuna thwarted them with his own arrows. Enraged, Drona chose the mightiest of mighty weapons, the Brahmastra, but Arjuna overcame it with an equally potent Brahmastra. By then, Drishtadyumna arrived with the Panchala army and began to shower arrows on Drona. But totally unperturbed by this, Drona began to slaughter the Panchala forces with his uninterrupted shower of arrows. The Pandava forces were thinning out. The Panchala soldiers began to flee, unable to bear the onslaught of his arrows. The elephants and horses of the Pandava army were so distraught that they trampled underfoot soldiers of their own army. Drupada encountered Drona. Both were mighty warriors, but Drona was too formidable for Drupada. With a powerful arrow, Drona killed Drupada, his bosom friend, now turned a foe. Drona also killed Virata when the Matsya king tried to attack him. Thus, two stalwarts in the Pandava army were eliminated by Drona. The Pandavas were dismayed. They turned to Sri Krishna for guidance. Sri Krishna, if we do not vanquish Drona, our defeat is certain. You must tell us how to overcome him and rescue him. Sri Krishna said, Drona can be vanquished only if he lays down his arms. Otherwise, he cannot be defeated. If he hears that Ashwathama has been killed, he will stop fighting. You must make him hear the news of Ashwathama's death. Otherwise, you are doomed. At first, Arjuna and Yudhishthira declined to participate in such an attempt, but they themselves were bewildered by the massacre Drona was bringing about. Bhima killed with his mace an elephant belonging to Indravarma, the king of Malavadesha. The elephant was called Ashwathama. He cried aloud, Ashwathama is dead. Drona heard him, but he could not believe what he said. He asked Yudhishthira, Yudhishthira, is Ashwathama dead? Yudhishthira did not know what answer to make and was silent. Sri Krishna said, Yudhishthira, the very survival of the Pandava army now depends on your answer. Has not an elephant bearing the name Ashwathama been killed? So tell him that Ashwathama is dead. So Yudhishthira said aloud, Hataha Ashwathama, and added in a low voice, Kunjaraha. So he did say that an elephant, Ashwathama, was dead, but he juggled with the words so that Drona heard only that Ashwathama was dead. The righteous Yudhishthira's chariot was always a span above the earth. It would not touch the earth. It was an indication that in the practice of truth, righteousness and justice, he was far superior to others. But once he became a party to the conspiracy of making Drona give up his arms, his greatness dimmed. His chariot, which was above the ground, touched the earth, coming down to the level of other chariots. The moment Drona heard that Ashwathama was dead, he threw away his weapons and sat in his chariot, lost in meditation. Drishtadyumna put aside his bow and sword in hand leapt into Drona's chariot. He was in a rage because Drona had slain his father Drupada and also Virata in the battle that day. Even as the Pandavas were shouting to restrain him, he cut off Drona's head and threw it to the Kaurava army. Drupada had performed tapas in order to have a son who would kill Drona, and his desire had been fulfilled, but he was not alive to witness it. Drona's death cast a gloom over both the Pandava and the Kaurava camps. Both the Pandavas and the Kauravas called off the fight for the day and returned, recalling the great qualities of the Guru.